Butterflies fill my spine, I feel myself getting hot again. Nerves rushing through my brain, yeah, they can't hear fire from the trees. You're standing by his side, red drops burning down your face. Getting real close now, baby. Holy fuck, I feel it with you. I lose self-control. Now I found that you're not one to hear me now. You got me on my knees begging for your lady. And like a fool to stand around and let you blame me. And I'm riding in the sky to the heavens like an
Hi, my name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Episode 403 on the road to 500 with my guest with the most appearances.
My
Todd Graham.
403rd appearance,
His
Leo.
403rd appearance and out of 403 episodes.
Don't think for a second that the number on the video file has anything to do with how many episodes you've done. It's how many episodes I've
There
done.
you go.
Where's my camera? Where am I on?
You're
I can't
there.
tell anymore.
You're
These are
there,
new.
and that's us.
I'm a lot like herpes. I just keep coming back.
That's all right. And I keep allowing it. So, because you know how I feel. You're a good dude.
Yeah.
All right, let's get right into it. Fan questions.
Okay. We actually got questions this time.
Yeah. Sheldon Goldberg. People should appreciate Todd for truly flying the flag of local independent wrestling. What is Todd's long-term vision for Proving Ground? And does he think he may expand to other towns?
Well, first things first. Big fan of Sheldon Goldberg.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of mine. Mutual Admiration Society is very strong between the two of us. He keeps trying to get me to sign up for the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Dude, I've always wanted to go.
I hear it's a star-studded event.
Yeah.
He's actually going in on Friday for like a triple bypass surgery. And,
I read that today really quick.
So, for those of you who believe in that sort of thing, send your thoughts and prayers to one of the biggest visionaries in New England wrestling history. So
Great guy, Sheldon Goldberg.
what was the question?
What is Todd's long-term vision for Proving Ground?
Pause there.
All right.
Long-term vision for Proving Ground. I would like to maintain living indoors. That's the biggest thing. So as long as the shows keep making money and I don't lose any money, I think it'll be all right. That might not seem like a great answer to the question, but like when you're in the wrestling business, there's two types of people that run wrestling shows, and that's the ones that go broke and the ones that don't. And a little bit of Proving Ground trivia, and this is only a small humble brag.
Okay.
But we are, we've been running this, we're coming up on the 10th year.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we started running live shows that really involved cost in 2018.
Okay.
And to date, I have only lost money on 2 shows. But when you take the grand scale, like all the money that I paid out the first 2 years for the studio tapings, which were all loss.
Right. Because was it COVID?
Well, no. Just, I just wanted to have fun with my friends and make a TV show and all that stuff. And then it has evolved into, some have said, and I try not to say these things because if I do, my...
No, I hear you.
But,
you're a humble guy. You really are.
Because I know what happens when I'm not. The universe takes a big dump down my heart. So
Gotcha.
I usually try to scale it back. I can't take compliments well. My girlfriend hates it. But take all the loss from the first 2 years plus those 2 shows, and you group all the shows together in 10 years. I've made quite a bit of money.
That's awesome.
And I do live indoors. So
Excellent.
That's good. And what was the second half?
The second part is, do you plan to expand to other towns? You run 2 towns now or 3?
I was running 2, but I was running Beverly
Yeah.
and 2 in Peabody. The Beverly building, the Elks Lodge,
Yeah.
they don't run shows anymore because they moved to a different building, and the building has a low ceiling.
Oh,
And
okay,
that
okay.
made it. We were trying to do something in their parking lot, but that can't happen in December. So
Right.
So right now we've got 2 buildings in Peabody, and here's some unfortunate news. Due to a change in the structure over at the Peabody Black Box, the
Yeah.
place that I work,
Right.
I may no longer be working there, and also they may no longer be hosting outside events. So if I wind up keeping the job, I'm
Yeah.
sure I could find my way to make sure that the shows continue with
Right,
the box
right.
because it's a great venue. But there's a good chance that for the most part, I might be forced to expand to other
right.
towns.
Yep.
But thankfully, the folks over at the Peabody Knights of Columbus have taken on
Oh, cool.
most of the dates
Yep.
that I had initially set. That's why I haven't announced them all yet.
Right, right.
But our first show in 2026 is going to be the Proving Ground Cup.
Excellent.
So I'm very happy for that, January 10th. I don't mean to get ahead of myself here. Hang on a second. I don't mean to get ahead of myself here, but I got a show on December 6th I'm here to promote. So yeah, December 6th, nothing left to prove at the PBD.
It's a
Knights
nice
of
looking
Columbus.
poster.
They're all nice looking posters.
really
You know
are.
who makes them?
No, me. Oh, nice. Good
That's
job. I kind of a segue into this. Damon Farah, any chance of doing a season ticket for 2026? Seeing we're talking about the shows you're
Quick answer. The answer is yes.
Nice.
However,
Yeah.
I don't know when or what the buildings are going to be. The building situation I was going to do a season ticket,
Right.
Because I had initially planned to do next year what I did this year, which was 6 shows at the Black Box,
Yeah.
3 at the Knights of Columbus. The ticket prices are different depending on the building for different reasons.
Okay.
So that's why I was going to work it all out, and then I got the news about the Black Box, and I was just
Right.
like, well, all that's going to be paused. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when I get my feet back under me better,
Yeah.
I'll have a better answer for that.
Definitely, but hit Damon up when you got him ready.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
you know
one
Damon,
of our biggest.
man.
He always buys the VIP ticket.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
he
something.
does.
It's expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, no, Damon, in my opinion, is the best independent wrestler, and I say that because he spends his money and buys everybody's shirts.
He's got everybody's-
not just 2 people. He'll buy everybody's shirt.
I believe he's got at least 1 or 2 referees and a ring announcer T-shirt. That's going above and beyond.
He told me he's got over 1,000 T-shirts.
I believe it.
You know, and I mean, he gets two every 2 months from the crates, because I get the crate too.
Right, exactly. And
You
I
know?
apologize for anybody listening. I'm getting over a cold. So
Oh, that's got to stay on that side.
my
over
voice.
there.
I'm singing bass lately. This is great.
Oh, all right. Well, I actually told the producers to remind them who you were. I said he brought his guitar in the
Yeah,
only
he's
time
the
we
one
had
guy who
music.
came on here and sang and
that was
cried
awesome,
and,
dude.
You know.
Seriously, I thought you did great.
As
I really
it turns
did.
out, I'm very bitch-like in nature, even around cameras. You know.
All right, this kid right here, in my opinion, is really good for such a young kid. Cash Kuchu.
That's a choice. And how to pronounce his name? Go ahead.
Well, how is it then?
I'm just going to call him Cash Money because even I'm
Cash
going to
Mo-
screw
yeah,
it up.
Right. Okay, yeah, Cash Money. What is his favorite PG title run?
Title run.
Yep.
I mean, it's got to be Mike Montero. He held the belt 3 times
Yeah.
over the course of like 1,007 days, and he was our first champion. I basically built my company around him.
Right.
So
Smart.
Arguably, I would have to say that's the best run. A lot of people have had great runs. There's one run that I would actually probably consider one of the better ones, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it. So,
All
so Mike Montero.
Okay.
And it's funny. I misread the question.
Yeah.
I thought he was asking what my favorite, Proving Ground Championship, DLC, whatever match was.
Oh, okay.
Which was a little harder to
Right.
pick, but I think I'll just throw it in for the fun of it. I think my favorite Proving Ground Championship match is one that very few people saw.
Okay.
Which was Mike Montero versus Ricky Medeiros 2. It
Nice.
was a 2 out of 3 falls match in a shed in Gloucester. And I don't know, 2 guys that know each other very well. I think they put on probably one of, if not the best performances in the history of my company. So
I was surprised when Mike retired this past year.
Yeah.
It was this year, right, that he retired?
Well, it was December. It was this
Okay.
time last year.
Okay. I just seen him in the ring Friday night.
I know. I was there.
What did he do? Because all I saw was a picture of him in the ring.
Well, he did something everybody wants to do. He kicked Johnny Pierce in the eye.
Nice. I like Johnny, though, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I like Johnny too. He's a big doofus, but I like Johnny too.
He's a big kid. He really is big.
He's a puppy with big paws, and I hope he grows into them.
Nice. Yeah. Nah, I like him too. All right. So Cash has a couple more. Yep. Favorite tag team title run?
You know, I feel like the answer is going to be sucking up to him a little. But I'm very. I have a sentimental connection to him and his dad winning the tag titles. Yeah. Not only did they win the tag titles, they won the tag titles at arguably our biggest show. That would be Clash at the Nest.
Okay.
Live from Endicott College in Beverly. It's on DVD.
And they're on the cover. And the main reason why, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I believe that Cash has a giant future in front of him. No doubt. I agree.
You don't realize how young Cash Money is. I'll put it into perspective for everybody watching, okay? Cash Money is so young that by the time he hits his prime, his pubes will have grown in. That is how young Cash Money is, and he is just so good already.
Yeah.
And if I might, the reason why I think I like their tag team run, even though it was short by professional wrestling standards, but you know, in PG, there's only 9 shows a year. You keep that thing for 3-4 months. You know, that's kind of a long reign. But man, I would have killed to do something cool like that with my dad.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. And you know, Davey said it right, sitting right there. How everything like that he's getting to do with his son it's like incredible. He's so fortunate and so happy to do all that stuff with his son.
I remember years ago, I asked Brickhouse. I said, "What's it like, you know, to be able to work with your family?" And without missing a beat, he was just like, "Greatest."
Right.
Greatest thing I've ever done in my career.
No, don't. I thought you were going to say maybe that Middlesex Express.
They never won our belts.
Oh, they not? No, really?
That's why. That's why I didn't say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, wow, I did not know that. Okay.
Everybody, like, I don't think you're doing it, but whenever people talk about, like, the tag team shit, there was a time when Elkmania Promotions had their own tag titles and PG had their tag titles. The only time the Middlesex Express ever got close to winning our tag titles was when they were the Elkmania Net 3 champions, and then they wrestled against the tag champions on my show. And then the Hispanic Mechanics were the champions at the time.
Good team.
And they beat the Middlesex Express. So no, the Middlesex Express have never been the Proving Ground tag
I just
team
figured they would have been. Wow, that's a good answer, though. All right, favorite DLC title run. And now what exactly, for the fans, DLC stand for?
It has no meaning, Leo.
It doesn't?
No. DLC is it's a video game term meaning downloadable content.
Okay.
The idea of the championship, and I may have explained it on this show.
You might have, and I'm sorry if you did.
I do realize that, you know, when you're on the show 700 times in a 403 show span, that you kind of repeat yourself sometimes, especially if you're me. But I double talk so I can get 60 seconds out in 30. I just did it right now.
There you go.
The DLC Championship, we named it that way because we had a big video game influence for our design work and how we did certain stuff. And the idea of DLC or downloadable content is when you finish a game, the people who made the game will often release DLC content, which means more levels, more story, more whatever. Anytime someone wins the DLC championship, they get to pick the stipulation in which it is defended until the end of their reign. Okay. And I was like, I think that was a good enough way to define additional content. Right. So it's like every time someone wins it, it's like a new game is being played. So that was the idea with that. And the question was, what's my favorite reign?
Like whoever
basically, who was my favorite champion? That's a really good question because I liked Frank Bones. Yeah. Frank Bones had the longest run.
Oh, wow.
Beating Jamie Tucker's run. And Jamie Tucker had an interesting run. As far as stipulations go for people who have won that thing, the one that stepped out was AJP found the loophole. Yeah. And the loophole was, I'm entitled. The entitled rules say I can pick whatever match I want on any given night. And I'm just like, all right, going forward, no one gets to do that. But okay. Right. So, and of course, his title reign started with a ladder match. So, yeah. So, it was, and he dethroned at the time the longest reigning champion. So I think, and not only that, but like we put him in the ring with like Rip Bison.
AJP's pretty talented.
He's very good.
He really is.
He's been away from the Proving Ground for quite some time. Right.
Another young kid.
Once again, and he hates the joke, so I won't repeat it. But I already said it for cash. But for a kid who's like only. Jesus, I don't even think he's 25 yet.
No, he's definitely not 25.
And he's already a decade in.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say 23 at the most.
Yeah. I think it's something like that. I think if I was a better friend, I would know. But whatever.
Yeah, you're not a good friend.
No, not at all.
Sorry to hear that.
0% chance. But I think I'll go with that. And I think my favorite DLC match.
Yeah.
At the moment, I didn't have a lot of chance to think this one through. But I really enjoyed Joey Warner versus Jason Maverick Falls Count Anywhere a few months back. So
okay.
I'm going to go with that one.
All right. Well, I just want to bring up how you had talked about how like your video games influence. Yeah. I remember the post you had like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
That was level 5 in 2019. That's when we had Brian Malonis and Kevin Giles, I believe. Yes.
2 big boys.
And a wedding. Yeah, we had a wedding.
Oh, who got married?
It was Corinne Mink and to name withheld. King Leon VI. I heard a rumor that like he brought his throne to the show once.
Yeah.
Like I think it was our first live show at the level 3 at the.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
He runs a store in Taunton, I think.
Okay.
It's like a card store. It's a good store as far as I know. I haven't been. I'm not into the Magic and the Pokemon. Right. A lot of good reviews. But he brought his throne as a prop for a show, and at one point I sat in it, and I heard, and once again, this is third-hand knowledge, I heard he was very upset. And all I can say is, I'm not sorry if you're watching. You're probably not, but if you are, I'm not sorry.
Hey, what do you mean, probably not?
I farted it. Nobody watches this show, Leo. I farted in the cushions. I hope you noticed on the way home. I hope you're doing well. Next question.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cash still has a couple more. What made you come up with the Pulse title?
I like belts. I'm a belt mark. My last name is Khan. No. It wasn't going to be a belt initially. We were like, how can we make it different? The whole idea, because it's basically a Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, okay. All right.
Carrying the Pulse Championship for 2 years isn't a prestigious thing because you're supposed to cash it in and get something else. Yeah. But we thought, should we do a trophy? And like, no, we got the Proving Ground Cup. We don't want to do that. And could it be a medal? And I was like, I've seen that. It looks kind of dinky.
Right.
And then I remembered, I always wanted to make a belt based off of the WMAC Masters Dragon Championship belt. In fact, I have one of my things is the complete WMAC Masters on Blu-ray. This is a creation of my own that I can't legally sell, but it's in here somewhere. So I said, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to do that. Right. And Larry Huntley's got the hookup. So it didn't cost too much. I don't know about tariffs now.
Right.
I don't know about tariffs then either. I don't read. Please, this is the extent of my political material. Everything is good if it's good.
Yeah.
And bad, whatever. Anyway, that's why we ended up doing that, and also like the pre-show.
Yeah.
Is where Pulse lives, and it's like I wanted to do a couple things. I wanted to make that belt.
Right.
I wanted to have a pre-show match on every show, but unfortunately, some of the people in our business think pre-show is beneath them. So I was just
do the job.
So it's not even do the job.
No, and I don't mean it like
some
that. No,
people
I meant
win
work.
on the pre-show.
I meant work, not lose. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't want to break anyone's heart this close to Christmas, but never mind. Just wrestling, it can be like that, and so I said, guys, you can't look at it that way. So what I did is instead of just having like random opening show matches, I ended up going with the idea of I'm going to pick 6 of my favorite young talents in the area, and we'll do this tournament. It ends in a triple threat, and someone will win a belt, and then it'll be an excuse to bring in new people to introduce to my audience. Because if there's anything I know about my audience, it's they want to see new talent, but they don't get behind them all that quickly. I'll tell you one guy that he started wrestling for me this year. And he's done a few shows, and easy first ballot rookie of the year for the fans' perspective is Don Freeze.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen this guy.
I have not, unfortunately.
But unfortunately. You see a picture of him, and then you watch him wrestle, and you realize he moves.
Wow.
He's like,
Is he faster than Flash?
He's like, can Superman outrun the Flash? He's a lot like if Ricochet had Vader's body. I don't know if that's an insult to Don Freeze, but he's a big boy.
Yeah.
And
he's
he
quick.
does the spiral tap. So, like, I can't do that.
Right.
I'm pretty agile, but I can't do that.
Right.
So, yeah, but Pulse and also just bringing in newer people has been very fortuitous.
Okay. And Cash, last one. What's your favorite show of the year? Thanks for the questions, Cash.
My favorite show of the year? So far, or should I just be like, okay, on December 6th, nothing left to prove. That's my favorite show of the year.
The next one.
The next one.
Yeah,
The
there you
biggest.
go.
This is our WrestleMania. This is our final battle.
Nice.
We always use the last show there. December 6th. It's also Delilah Hayden's final match in the business.
Are you serious?
She is retiring on
what's the
December
date?
6th.
December 6th.
She
So Saturday.
She has decided erroneously to start a family.
I was going to say, I thought I read that she was going to end, but I didn't think it was this quick.
This quick, we announced it in
Now,
August.
who's the father?
No, we're not doing that soap opera shit here, Leo.
You knew exactly where I was going
I have
with
an
that.
answer to this, and we're not going to talk about it because here's the thing, right? They should be ashamed. No, I mean, there's still people in the lives who don't know that stuff. So I'm just going to go with she's leaving the business to start a family.
Right, there you go.
We love her to
Yes.
we love her to death.
Yep.
She has been, and she's been on this show, and
Yeah, she's
sa-
great.
She has said some things that have made me want to come here and burn this studio down. But she is our pain in the ass. So with all the love and respect in the world, we gave her a platform this year to do what I wouldn't even say it's arguable. I would say that she has done her best work for us. And I mean, I'm a little. I like my product, so I'm willing to say like the best work she's ever done.
Right.
And I mean that with love and respect because she has had many an opportunity. She worked a 15-minute time limit draw with Frank Bones for the DLC Championship. That was a great match.
Right.
She worked with Kid Bandit, a national talent that really helped my pre-sale. And her last match ever until she changes her mind because she will. Her last match ever on December 6th is a holiday death match against Tony Spencer.
Wow. She's going to whoop Tony's butt.
It's no surprise that her biggest rivalry in the history of her career, whether she believes it or not, is her final match.
Right. That's amazing. Now, she's been on here a few times, and my favorite episode with her is when I had her and Mav on, and we did a little of the Me Too thing, and I really enjoyed it. That was, I think...
Her and who?
Mav.
Never mind.
Yeah. But I think that was her first time. It could have been her second, though.
Yeah, she's been on a few times.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been the
She's
first.
a sweetheart.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like I said, my pain in the ass.
Yep, absolutely. All right. JJ Camise?
Yeah.
All right. Thoughts on me?
Everybody
Just
does this.
Give him that 2-second answer.
Everybody, yeah. Nice. No, his father is one of our sponsors. And he has told
nice.
no, we're not going to be nice. You don't send in a question on a talk show going, tell them about me. You don't do that. He's told his dad that when he grows up, he wants to wrestle for the Proving Ground, and I'm like, that's really good. I hope I'm A, alive, and B, still running shows, which is fine because I do plan to die doing this.
So he's a kid?
He's a kid, yeah.
Oh, that's fine for him asking a question about himself. He's a kid. Too many people do ask about themselves.
Leo, let's talk about participation trophies, Leo. We don't give passes to children for making mistakes. Yeah, it's fine. I like JJ. I'll see him on the 6th.
Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, JJ. Give me some more questions. Burke Beckett, not asking.
What?
Not asking.
That's what he wrote?
Yep.
That's my brother. I don't have any brothers legitimately, but we've been friends for 35 years.
Wow.
And I'm turning 40 in January, so we've had some
You're
time.
getting up there, dude.
What's hilarious? Shut up. What's hilarious is right. The day we met, his family was in the newspaper for one reason or another. It was just some kind of a slow news day. He was a human human story or whatever they call them. And what's interesting about that is like that's when him and I became friends on that day. So somewhere there is a newspaper with a date that could pinpoint exactly when we started being friends. And I was just like, that's cool considering he's my oldest friend and one of my best friends, and he's not asking. So
all right, thanks, Bert, appreciate it. Jerry Lane, how's the alcohol experiment at the Black Box working out? So we got a drinking problem?
We've only had one person rush the ring since. But he was 7, so I don't know how. So the Peabody Black Box, when I started running shows there, the person who had my job at the time had their own catering business, and with that, they ended up coming with a liquor license. Yeah. So you could serve alcohol at the shows. Right. And when she left and I took over the job, obviously she took that with her. So the Black Box shows didn't have alcohol. Now, 100-seat building, I should be able to sell 100 tickets without alcohol. Turns out it was harder than I thought.
Really?
Yeah. So I partnered up with the Granite Coast Brewery, which are actually like across the street from the Knights of Columbus.
Okay.
So far, in our partnership, they've done 2 or 3 shows. I think it's 2. They did 2 shows where they brought liquor license and they brought their own stuff. So it was like, it was an opportunity to not only sponsor the show, but also sell their own stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's been a great partnership. I love those people.
That's awesome.
Amy and Jeff have been great. And they sent Rob to work the bar. And there was another gentleman whose name I forget at this time, but I'm sure he doesn't watch the program either.
Right.
So.
Guy, man, come on. All right.
Come on, Leonard. You should be used to this by now.
It's not even Leonardo. It's Leo. That's it on my birth certificate. Now, listen, Dave Fournier. If I could only choose to attend one show in December, sell me on why it should be Proving Ground. That's a good question, Dave.
Wait a minute. One show in December? Was that or was it
if
one
I
show
could
on
only
December
choose to
6th?
attend one show in December, tell them why it should be your show and nobody else's.
Okay,
That's a great question.
Get me on the one shot, please. All right. I'm going to try and sell some. So I can't tell now with these new cameras which one's on and not. Is it the red one?
That's the middle one.
Okay. Bring me over to this one. People in the booth. Did you fall asleep?
Yep,
All
I
right.
might have.
Fine. Here we go. Why should you attend my show on December? Here we go. There it is. Why should you attend my show on December 6th? Now, I read this question wrong when it was written. I thought he was asking, there's a lot of shows running on the 6th, and there are.
Right.
Why should I go to your show? All right, I'll tell you why. And I say this with all due respect to my friends at Rad Pro Wrestling. In fact, I am willing to go on record as to say that of all the wrestling programs and products in the area, I think Rad Pro Wrestling is my favorite.
Nice.
Because I love what they're doing. They've got a gimmick, they do it right, and they're doing it with the future of New England. But here's the truth. That show happened 29 fucking years ago. So... my show on December 6th is not a rerun. This might be. I'm actually wearing the same thing that I wore the last time I was here. My show on December 6th, we have a holiday death match. We have all of our championships on the line. We have careers at stake. We have the return of the Middlesex Express. And I just might have to kill somebody. Buy your tickets. ProvingGroundStore.com. And, of course, support all of local professionals.
Yes, and Delilah Hayden's last match.
Delilah Hayden's last
before
match.
she starts a family.
Yes.
All right. Richard Knight. Hey there, Reggie.
Shut
here.
up. We're not talking about it. Shut up.
Dude, I'm asking this question.
All right.
Hey there, Reggie here. Proving Ground's promotional material often references nostalgic media like retro video games or movie posters. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration you draw from to promote your shows. Maybe a teaser for the future. You just did.
I like video games. Next question. That's really it. Like, if I did a T-shirt for Dick Lane where he's Mario from Super Mario 3. Okay. So the flying insane Dick Lane. Yeah. But of course I did it with ChatGPT, so people want to hang me for it. So it's fine. Whatever. All right. It's taking over, guys. It's happening. I'm a digital artist too. I still use it. Everybody relax.
All right. Greg Levertu. In your career, if you could pick anyone to have a wrestling match with, Who would it be and why? I definitely know. I'm sure you answered this one before.
Several hundred.
Oh, yeah.
Several. I had that match. I think the question is, if in my wrestling career, if you
could pick one,
if I could have wrestled somebody,
if you could pick anyone to have a wrestling match with, who would it be and why?
Mike Montero every night of the week.
All right.
Listen, I don't mean to spoil this for people, but the wrestlers talk about their matches in the locker room.
Right.
Okay. I showed up that night, my last night, which is now, it was 2022 around this time. I showed up that night nervous and sad because obviously, and it was my choice to leave. I didn't have to leave, but I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go out on my shield while I can still perform at a high, what I consider a high caliber. Maybe not what you consider a high caliber, but what I consider a high caliber. And I showed up and he knew all my stuff. And he was just like, I already got it worked out. And I'm just like, good, I got a busy day. Let me go handle this. I'll come back and you tell me what I'm doing. And thank God he did, because whenever anybody asks, who would you wrestle? Mike Montero. Who's your favorite match? Mike Montero. What's the best match of your career? My last one.
There you go.
Can't argue that. I got something that my heroes never got, and that's a chance to go out at my best, and I'm happy I did it.
Excellent. Joey Kilmartin. Would Todd ever consider running a death match tournament?
No. Okay. Next question.
Yeah.
All right. No, actually, let me give you a couple of seconds on this. Would I ever run a death match tournament? I probably could. I don't know a venue that would accept an entire night of that kind of violence. I know my insurance doesn't cover certain things like glass or fire.
Right.
And, the real deathmatch aficionados, they're like, unless they got hang on, let me break out my cornet for you. Unless they got the hypodermic needles with the AIDS virus in them, like they're not interested in seeing a full night of just bleedy death matches. So I'm going to leave that to CCW and GCW and my friends over at WLW, Tommy Trainwreck and them. Shout out to you, Tone. That we did a joint show and it's going to come up.
You had a death match, right? Al Valentin and Tom?
I've had more death matches on my shows this year than I have in the entire run of the Proving Ground. We would usually save a more extreme match like that for our Nothing Left to Prove show, like we're doing again on December 6th. And I was going to cancel on you tonight because obviously I'm still not. I was pissed off about something earlier. I didn't want to come on here and do the Gabbo. Everyone's an SOB show. But I was just like, wait a minute. This is going to go out on like Tuesday or Wednesday. My show's on Saturday. Great commercial. Right. Because I'm entertaining and I say things that will get me in trouble. So anyway, like we did more death matches this year than we've done so instead of like one a year, we did the first 8 death match. We did Jason Devine versus Neil Diamond Cutter on his deathmatch retirement tour. The main event wasn't meant to be a death match, but Tommy Trainwreck bled like a stuck pig anyway.
Right. That was against Al?
And that was against my champion, Ricky Medeiros.
Okay.
And then of course we've got the one coming up. So we're fans of it. I know our fans like the violence too, to an extent.
Right.
My audience is very much a family-friendly audience, despite what Davey Cash thinks. He's very prolific with the language. So am I. But at some point, you're just like, it's too late.
Right.
Davey's already said the F word 7 times. Okay, here we go. But we do tend to skew more casual, family-friendly than we do diehards.
Right.
So would I do a deathmatch tournament? Sure. I mean, I was a fan of that stuff, especially growing up. I got Stranglemania.
Nice.
But I don't think I'm the one to ask. Chad might be, but Joey has an opinion about Chad anyway, so I'm just going to go with I would, but I probably won't. And that's that.
All right. That's this kind of a segue into this because Anthony Miller would buy a ticket to go to your death matches for sure. Squeaks, when he worked along with Tommy Trainwreck, and we love wrestling, they had one hardcore match. Would Todd ever want to do it again sometime in the future with more? You just answered that.
Yeah, I'd love to run a deathmatch tournament, actually. No. Like I said, we just asked and answered.
Right. All right. Dave Rodriguez. Yep. Who are some of the unsung heroes of PG that don't get recognized? Thanks, Dave. That's Picture Dave, right?
That's multimedia Dave.
Oh, multimedia Dave. Sorry about that, Dave.
Ever since I put a camcorder in his hand, he is now multimedia
He'd be a good
Dave.
guest.
He would be.
He would.
He has seen a lot. He has photographed a lot. And now he is videotaping a lot.
Do you know where he's from? Is from like Mass or is
He's from around.
Yeah. So not Connecticut or anything. You don't know.
No.
All right.
I don't know specifically. Didn't answer the question, Leo.
Well, what are you taking too long? No, I'm just kidding.
We got 23 minutes. We are
I'm
never
teasing you, buddy.
going to get to the name game.
No, now we
know
will.
This.
We will.
So, unsung heroes of the proving ground. Let me do recent memory.
Yeah.
And it's usually most of the people who are not on the side of the camera. I wouldn't be here without Adam Nessel.
Right.
And you know what's funny? The level of disrespect people bring to him. Never mind.
Really?
Never mind BMT
nice
beating the snot out of him in the locker room. But I mean, like, there have been times, even now, 10 years into the company, I'd be sitting talking to him at a show, and someone will come up and like, "Hey Todd, what's going on?" And then Adam's hand slowly comes up as they're already gone, and I'm just like, I should fire all of you.
Right.
Like this guy's my partner. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
He's a nice kid.
He's brilliant. He loves this stuff,
Right.
and he's great to have around. Utility player, and hopefully, the doctors say so. Perhaps we see him in the ring again. As far as unsung heroes, let me give my shout outs to Mr. Richard Burke Beckett, Tyler Broom, Paul Glantz, Mark Basler, Multimedia Dave, Atlee Green, Zach Levier up in the booth, ring announcers, Adam Salzer. We've got Desiree Briggs coming in. Shout out to Rich Palladino when he comes around. And the one name that I didn't mention first, but for a reason, because I'd like to make an announcement on your show.
There you go.
Every year.
Floor's yours.
Every year we try to honor somebody who has been very important to the product, whether it be on screen or behind it. Previously, we've given the Proving Ground Champions Award to Ryan Andrews, as well as Tony Spencer.
Yeah.
This year it'll be our third time. Usually we do it at Elkmania time, but since we're not doing Elkmanias anymore,
Right.
we've decided to do it at our biggest show of the year. And I would like to announce publicly and formally to everybody watching that Craig Kaler, my senior official,
Yes.
will be getting the Proving Ground Champions Award for not only his great work inside of the ring, but just his general positive demeanor, especially on show days when I need it the most. Whenever I need to get a poster signed by a talent, he will chase them down.
Nice.
Same thing with the trading cards.
Yeah.
And I actually said this when I was eulogizing Jeremy Bell, because I got put on the spot at a show, and I was asked to say something nice about the late Jeremy Bell, who we still miss and we still love forever and ever. But I said the mark of a good referee is the ability to be invisible, because 9 times out of 10, the only time you really notice a referee is when they've screwed up. Jeremy and Craig and most of my referees over the course of the last 10 years, this could apply to, but we're talking about Craig right now. The man can be invisible until he needs not to be, and then he can go right back into it.
Right.
He does not ever disturb the flow of a match. He is always he's always a consummate professional and a great referee and a great friend. I love you, homie. You've earned this. I can't wait to hand it to you. That's what we're going to do on December 6th.
Congratulations, Craig. You're a really great guy, man. All right. So Grayson Flax, are there any types of matches not yet done in Proving Ground that you would like to see?
We're going to do a death match tournament, I think. Matches that we haven't seen. I mean, I'd like to see the cage more.
Okay.
Funny enough, we're not going to do a deathmatch tournament, but I have said on more than one occasion that I would love to take the ropes down and put up barbed wire. It's just not a family-friendly event. So I've actually said in the past, I said, my brother Rich, he was like, you know what I'd really like to do? Because Rich was a wrestler for a long time.
Oh, okay.
He wrestles Burke Beckett, the guy who threw the tea bags around. Always a good time. He was also a pretty violent deathmatch guy before professional wrestling and after.
Right.
And he always says, like, I'd love to have a no rope barbed wire match with like Tommy Trainwreck and Jason Devine. I said, I will come out of retirement to be the fourth wheel in that match.
Wow.
So here's hoping we never do it.
All right. Any new ways to distribute the product in the next few years to gain more eyes on Proving Ground?
That's a great question.
It is.
We're going to start releasing on
Here we go.
VHS. So last time I was here, somebody, I think it was Greg the sign guy, said, you know, what are some of your favorite videotapes from your tape collection? And I've decided every time I'm on the show, I'm going to bring a series of videotapes. So let's stay on the one here.
Yeah.
All right. So first and foremost, the making of the WWF Superstars album, the music video making of. It's still sealed.
Coliseum video.
It is a classic Coliseum home video. Now, I didn't have to buy this because I'm a tape trader and I have a Blu-ray collection of every Coliseum home
you
video
really?
ever released.
Wow.
Yes, on like
That's
9
amazing.
volumes. It's amazing. But this is not the actual music album. 'Tis the making of. I also
That's cool, though.
I also have the WCW Slam Jam version of this.
Oh, no way.
It is poorly edited. It is
Is it?
literally somebody put a camcorder in the room and just hit record
And left it
don't
there.
step to run. All right.
Wow.
We also this is a more ridiculously titled tape. This is called Saturday Night Live Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
And I will say, don't get off the one. We're not going anywhere but the one or the whatever you numbered. It's Bad Boys.
Listen, you're not running the show here.
I don't think you understand, Leonard. I am.
Leonard, it's not Leonard.
So Saturday Night Live, I'm a big fan of Saturday Night Live, but this one's called Bad Boys. It's a compilation. I want you to see if you can get a look. You might not be able to, so I'll explain. Chris Rock, bad boy. That's fine. Adam Sandler, bad boy. Spade, Schneider, bad boys? I think not. Where's Toonces?
I like Spade. though.
Toonces, the cat who can drive a car, is more of a bad boy. I picked this up yesterday. I picked this up yesterday because I noticed the red light move. I picked this up yesterday, a copy of Dogma on VHS. Up until recently, this was the hardest to find
Really?
Kevin Smith movie because it was so out of print because of the Weinstein problem. Wow. Because he owned the rights to that.
Right.
This is actually a gift from my friend Sheldon Goldberg. This is when he, did you know, here's a little bit of trivia for you. Did you know that Sheldon Goldberg was responsible for bringing the Michinoku
Yes.
Pro guys
Yes, I
in for
do.
Barely Legal back in 1997?
ECW, yes, I do.
Well, the big leading proponent of that was the great Sasuke. That's
Yep.
it. He made a movie, and he was trying to peddle it. And this is it right here.
Nice.
There's no pictures or graphics, and it's sealed. So I might have to open it and figure out what exactly is on it.
Right.
This is a copy of Return of the Living Dead 3. I became a man to this movie. I just wanted to say that. So my final one, and this is actually a payday. This is actually a payday on my next show for a particular wrestler. This is the Pizza Hut or Domino's, I forget which one. It was a special thing with the X-Men animated series in the 90s.
Really?
They released like 3 to 5 episodes on tapes, and you get them with your pizzas. So I found this at a thrift store out in some city you should probably not go to. And also, while I'm here,
I was going to
this
say,
is, I can't miss this. You know,
Yeah.
as a wrestling person, we've got Tag League '93. Japanese. I believe Atlee Green gave this to me once. He gave it to me to convert to DVD.
it got all the matches on the back.
and I never gave it back. It does, in Japanese. So I'm going to assume
Yeah.
there's some tag team matches on
Yeah.
this. And finally, let me hawk some of my wares. Like obviously, I already showed you. Can we please go back on the one shot? It's probably easier to see. I can see you. All right, fine. You don't have to listen to me. You sleep in the booth. That's fine. So we got a copy of Clash at the Nest. I'm never coming back on the show. Can you tell I hit the caffeine
Yep.
pretty hard before
Yep.
today? We've got Clash at the Nest, our Endicott College show. It's on DVD. We've got many copies because DVDs don't sell anymore. This is a Blu-ray I created of the complete Thunder in Paradise. Because they never released it on Blu-ray.
Really?
Yeah, well, they never released it, period. But I'm kind
wow.
of big on creating Blu-rays out of old TV shows that never got a release. Which brings me to, of course, WMAC Masters. If you're familiar, that's like martial arts wrestling show.
Okay.
In the '90s, where there was martial arts, but they were trying to take trying to take a lesson from professional wrestling.
Okay.
We've got the complete George Carlin commemorative.
Nice.
It's got all of his specials, some stuff that was on the commemorative collection that sold, as well as his entire Fox TV show.
Really?
Which was also never properly released.
Wow.
And my personal favorite and Jamie Tucker's personal favorite, the complete Ernest P. Worrell collection. All the movies, all the TV shows, all the commercials.
Wow.
And of course, he was the person that opened up Splash Mountain for everybody. So there is my collection of physical
That's
media
pretty cool.
for the show. I don't know. I don't know if you can see it from any shot, but we've got Little Baby Cash.
Yep.
The action figure, hopefully coming soon. My personal favorite at the moment, Little Deathmatch, Jason Devine, of course. I'll put him up here. Big Fat Me. Action figure. I had to make it bigger than all the other ones because I am a size queen. And then finally, our venture into the mini market, the Joey Warner minis. Hopefully he does
Those
not.
are pretty cool, I gotta say. They really are.
What can I say about 3D printing? Now that I've killed a bunch of minutes on advertising that stuff, December 6th.
Yes.
Nothing Left to Prove live in Peabody. All right, I've said it every 5 minutes. Let's go.
All right. Grace has got one more. Anyone working independently in the United States you would love to see walk through the proving ground curtain? Thanks, Grayson. That's a great question too. I like that.
It is a great question. I mean, there's a lot of obvious options. Like I could say Cardona, I could say Killer Cross. You know, the ones that are kind of like that kind of got the juice right now from being released. I think Danhausen would be fun for my audience.
Yeah. No swearing.
I have said very, very evil, very nice. Donovan Dijak, I do business with him.
Yeah.
But, you know, we haven't worked that out yet. I liked that, like, for me, like some of the interesting ones that we've had in the past, like we had Chase.
Yeah.
Chase very rarely does outside stuff.
Very
Very rarely does stuff. Like I think he just recently had a match.
Yeah, that was it.
Which was a year after the last one, which was at my show.
Right.
So it's like it was one of those things where it's just like the regular audience might not be like, oh, that's that who is that? I don't know, maybe because maybe they don't watch Chaotic, and just like the people at Chaotic don't watch us, because it's very strange.
And Chase took on Stephen Lust, correct?
That's correct, yes. In what would turn out to be Lust's last match as champion before dislocating his shoulder. I think it was like the next day.
Oh, really?
It's sad.
Yeah.
It was a bummer, but he's back. And,
Good.
And then Mike Grasso won the title and he broke his ankle, and who knows when he'll be back? I don't know.
It's nice to see him back in the ring, though. He is back.
I see him getting out there when he comes back through my neck of the woods. Who knows? But we'll see. But like as far as people coming through, I mean, I haven't really thought to. Actually, I do have an answer. The one person I'd like to see more in the proving ground is Channing Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had him. We had him during the Endicott College show.
Right.
I really wish. I mean, he's busy for great reasons. That's why it's like I wish he'd come through, but I understand why he doesn't.
Yeah.
So that or just bring back Sydney and put him with anybody.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Dave Delafontaine. What are some pet peeves when it comes to both heels and babyface that just get under your skin?
Babyfaces who grab the ropes.
Yeah.
That's
to break the hold? Yeah.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
Okay.
My biggest pet peeve is, like, once again, not to get too inside baseball here, but if you're a babyface, the idea is to show the crowd that you haven't died. Look, I can't name more than 5 moves I did in my entire career, and one of them I saved for a once-a-year occasion. That being said, a majority of my tenure as a professional wrestler was spent making my opponent look like he's killing me. And if he were wrestling Kevin Giles or Jack Kruger, he probably was. It's funny, the nicest person I ever worked with, I broke my neck in the ring with. It had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with him. It was Brian Malonis.
Wow.
Yeah, so, if you're a babyface and you're being pinned and you have to reach for the ropes, don't.
Right.
Even if you're somehow poorly positioned and under the ropes, kick out. And which brings me to pet peeve number 2, wrestling 101, Leo.
Yep.
When you kick out, Actually get off your shoulders.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I don't know.
No laziness.
I don't know how many people I've seen who I respect who take the pin and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, you're pinned again though. Like if I was a referee and I blinked, I wouldn't have seen that.
Right.
3, we're
Right.
out. Perfect example of this is Ricky Medeiros. Ricky Medeiros kicks out like his ass is on fire. Like, I don't know how many times, like when he kicks out,
Yeah.
he lands, when he comes down, because he goes up.
Yeah.
When he comes down, he lands on anything but his back.
Okay.
I've seen him land on his feet from a kick out.
Wow.
There's a guy who doesn't want to get pinned. And heels, pet peeves for heels. You know what? I can't think of anything, and I don't want to waste the time. So
Beautiful. All right.
right off the bat.
All right. Also, why do we look like we could recreate the movie Twins as a tag team? Ha ha ha.
Hey, Dave.
That's right.
I'm your twin brother, Julius. Yeah, we really do. I waited years to take the picture that I posted of us together. And it's a picture of me and him standing together, and I literally cropped the photo about an inch above his head. I am at least a foot taller than Dave.
Wow.
So it's like, literally,
Yeah.
it's like my picture with Dave Delafontaine, and my head is completely cut off the picture. Man, I've been waiting so long to call him small. You know, it's.
I like Dave.
Here's what I like about Dave. He knows I'm kidding. That's the first thing.
Right.
I don't know about anybody else, but he knows I'm kidding. But he's a real good sport about that and about a lot of other things too.
Right.
So, cool.
I got like 95 episodes left or something like that. I wouldn't mind having Dave on the show.
Can
So
we,
Dave.
hang on a minute.
Yeah.
First of all, invite Dave.
Yeah, I already have. Dave,
Okay.
hit me up, please.
All right. And
Let's
here's
get this done.
Here's the other thing. Don't operate in round numbers, Leo. It's not
yeah.
important like that.
No.
I know milestones are cool, but I would rather you stop when you're not having fun anymore. And if you're not having fun
I'm having
now,
fun now. I am.
we can both leave.
Nope, I'm
this
having
second.
fun.
But what I'm saying is don't stick around because you think you need to reach an imaginary goal.
No, I just
And don't leave.
I like having goals.
And don't leave because you think it's important to hit an imaginary goal because you don't, like, I joked about it the whole night that nobody watches this show. No, we all watch this show, Leo. Everybody, but here's, more fans I wish would.
Right.
But the boys certainly do. You're offering a service to us.
Right.
You just happen to be in bum shit, New Hampshire. And a lot of the best people to interview are in Rhode Island. And
Yeah,
it's
it
not
is
a
true.
It's not a fun drive.
No, it's not.
That being said, look, if you want to get to 500 and quit, by all means, but keep going. Keep going till it's
Everybody
not
keeps
fun no
telling
more.
me that. All right,
Anyway,
listen.
that's enough of that.
All right. So listen, we got a couple names on the name game. Okay.
Oh God, we got to that. Did we
I
really
got a special one to
Did we
the end.
really get through all the questions?
Yeah, we did.
Ooh.
I had written the thing I had written down after was your last show, the results.
Great.
All right. How about AG?
Anthony Green.
Yep.
I love him. I think it's and I know he'll agree with me. I think it's a damn shame that he is not working for a national company.
Yeah, I agree.
He has so much to give.
Yep.
And he is so smart to the business.
Yeah.
And he's worked for the WWE. He's worked for TNA. He was with WWE for a year.
Yeah.
He worked a few shots with AEW. He's worked for Ring of Honor. He's worked for TNA. He did years and even became a champion in Pro Wrestling Noah, which is the #2 Japanese wrestling company in the world. Japanese wrestling company in Japan. Let's just say that in the world, in Japan. And he was right to make the moves that he's made,
Right.
but the fact that he's not with, one of the big ones, it's a shame. I think that if you give it time,
Yeah.
that and
He'll be back.
he's still a young man. I think if you give it time and he keeps serving the community like he does and keeps delivering like he does,
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time.
Right. Excellent. Great answer. Alec Price.
Alec Price does not answer my messages.
What?
No, he's a busy guy.
He is a busy
we
kid.
We had him for one show.
Yep.
And he did great. And he unintentionally gave us the mantra for the next several years. He said, "How come?" He walked in, he saw the big screen, he saw the ring, he saw the really nice building, and he said, "How come this place is still the best kept secret in New England wrestling?" Which, on the one hand, is like best, and then you hear secret. I don't like that. I want more people to know that on December 6th, I'm running
Yes.
a show in Peabody. It's been 5 minutes. Love him. He's doing great things right now. I think he's a GCW tag.
Yeah,
team
he
champion
is.
right now.
Yeah, he is. I saw him in Hartford just recently.
With Oliver. Yeah.
Yep. Great kid, man.
Love him to
Great
death.
kid.
Love him to death. Would love to have him through again. Hopefully he'll answer my messages.
There we go. All right. How about Dustin Waller?
The Flash.
Yeah.
Can he outrun Superman? Who knows? Great talent. To be perfectly honest with you, I've brought him in several times. I wish that I had him or someone of his caliber on a more regular basis. We've actually talked about that, so it might happen. I've actually talked about that with a few people, and I think we're going to start seeing some people a lot more often in the Proving Ground that have only really played guest roles in the last several years. So.
Excellent. How about DJ Powers, kid that's turning some heads?
The worst tan in wrestling. Nice kid. I like him a lot, and I remember seeing him once, and I know people. I don't know. I told him I'm not the only one who said this to him. I know this.
Right.
But I was like, dude, turn it into your gimmick. Like the tan stuff. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know why it happens the way it does, or whatever. Or if he's doing it on purpose. I don't know. I'm also not trying to insult the man for his tan.
Kid's talented, man.
But it is a common meme-worthy joke amongst New England
A
wrestlers.
lot of people have been teasing him about it.
And I just said to him, you should just lean in and turn it into your gimmick. And I think because I think he refers to himself as the best tan in the business. I'm just like,
go.
What a smart kid.
He's a smart kid. He's talented.
And right now, he's kind of the it guy.
Yeah.
For a lot of places.
He is.
He's carrying a lot of belts around.
Yep. He actually just won the main event at the last Chaotic show I was at when Chase had his match against Mortar. Nice. They won the tag champs.
Yeah, him and Jose Zamora.
Yeah.
I like him too.
This kid I like. I was so happy he came on the show. Kellen Thomas.
Kellen was a hero of mine. A lot of people don't really know. When I started my career in 2006, I went and stunk the joint out with a guy named Billy Wolf, wrestled as Shane Sharp. And by the way, if you don't know who that guy is, you should, because at a very young period in my career, he was very influential and important to me. He's actually the second in command over at Rad Pro now.
Okay.
He actually lives here in New Hampshire, so you should get him on the show.
Yeah.
And
Sounds good.
And he was one of Mav's students.
Oh, okay.
One of Mav's that he has also since blocked. Let's get that out of the way.
Matt blocked him too?
Something about the lead in New Hampshire causing issues. But
Matt lives in Mass, though.
Him and I went and stunk the joint out.
Yeah.
Because it was my first match and I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
But in the main event, it was a tag team match.
Your first match, you were in the main event?
No! I said in the main event, it was a tag team match. Pay attention, Leo.
I have to.
Main event, there was a tag team match, and it was a team called Faith and Nothing. Ricky Shane Page, before he took the mask, before he started wrestling without a mask.
Yeah.
And his partner, whose name, unfortunately, I forget at this time, against two plucky guys in cool gear. And this one guy, when he was in there, he did all the cool moves. And when it was his time to get his ass kicked, he got his ass kicked better than anyone I saw that night. And there was a lot of really good talent on that show. This was like really early before Beyond was Beyond.
Okay.
Like, Drew was there. He was scouting and he was getting ready to launch that. And that guy's name was Kellen Thomas.
Wow.
It was, I believe the tag team was DUI. And I just remember what, because I'm young. I'm impressed. I think I was 19 at the time. And I'm watching. We were in an indoor soccer stadium in a town I don't remember. But there was a big window in the locker room. And you could look out and watch the matches. So, once I caught my breath for 2 matches worth of time, I wound up catching the main event. And I saw this guy, and I'm like, this guy's great. And at the time, I was in the middle of a failing project before I moved on to another project that I wouldn't exactly said failed. Right. But it just wasn't what Proving Ground ended up being. And everything I did before Proving Ground was to get to Proving Ground. And I remember it was a few years later, somebody found out I could talk. Yeah. Go figure. And I wound up doing commentary for NCW, Northeast Championship Wrestling. Yep. And it just happened to be Kellen's home promotion. So I ended up calling some of his biggest matches. You know?
Nice.
Some of his biggest matches in his home promotion that I would argue not many people have seen. The house that night that was always full, they saw it.
Yeah.
But like there was something about this guy that was like, why isn't this guy known further? He should be known further. He's a very talented man.
Yes, he is.
And I didn't even, dude, I was so intimidated by the guy that I didn't have the gut to even talk to him for the first 3 years I worked there. Fast forward a little while, Proving Ground starts, and it starts in a hole in a wall, and then we start doing live shows, and we start evolving, and we start getting to a point where it's like, oh, this is really kicking off, and this is really working, and I remember that guy.
Yep.
By then, I had an okay relationship with him. You know, he didn't scare me as much, but I still admired the guy.
Right.
And I asked him, I said, hey, you know, I'd love you to come work for me. And, you know, you do the thing that wrestlers do. He's like, oh, you can give me some dates. We can talk about it or whatever. And I was like, no, you don't understand. You are the kind of talent, much like Mike Montero was to me early on, that I could build this company around. I could build a dynasty.
Right.
If I had a locker room, and I have a locker room full of great guys.
Right.
But if I had a locker room of people like the person I thought Kellen Thomas was,
Yep.
Jesus Christ, the Proving Ground, we'd be in every state that has cable. And but that might be a dated reference. Who still has cable? I would have been able to do magic with this guy if I had a locker room full of guys like this. And he agreed. We worked on it together. We made it happen. We had a lot of really cool things planned and in the pipeline. And I did the one thing that I did with him that I didn't do with anybody else.
Yeah.
Was I made him a guarantee. And he kind of shoved it down my throat. I will never look at any of my fans and tell them to go to hell. I was his fan. And that's exactly what he did to me and my company. Now I get to look at him face to face and tell him everything I just said to you directly to him.
That's awesome.
And I know he's hurt,
Yep.
but I still want to rip his head off, Leo.
Right.
So on December 6th, Peabody Knights, Columbus. Proving Ground. Nothing left to prove. We got a lot going on. You should be there. ProvingGroundStore.com. Get your tickets.
There you go, Dave Fournier. That's why you should be there.
Thank you very much.
Todd, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure. Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.